The following program, Live and Learn, is made possible by Aging Partners. Find out more on their website.
I'm Doug Jost. Today we'll visit with Mitch Sump from Aging Partners about the many services provided by Aging Partners, such as handyman services, transportation, and durable medical equipment. Stay tuned.
This and more on today's Live and Learn.
Welcome to Live and Learn. Aging Partners provides a variety of services to seniors in Lincoln. I'm Doug Jost. With me today is Mitch Sump, who's Program Coordinator of Aging Partners. And first of all, Mitch, welcome to the program.
Well, thank you for having me, Doug.
Let's start with some of the in-house, so to speak, services that you provide. Some of these are handyman and some of them are sort of regular activities in the house. Let's talk about the in-house ones first.
All right. Well, the program department, my team and I, we have a number of different areas that we like to focus on. The oldest program that we have is called Handyman, and the Handyman program has been going since the late 70s, early 80s. There's a little bit of discrepancy on when it exactly started, but the main purpose is to keep seniors in their homes. That's our goal. And a lot of times, if we can provide them with someone to do some light lawn service, to do some minor repairs, even go so far as to do some house cleaning in some cases for people who need that type of assistance, we're set. And that allows them to stay in their homes. And every study that I've seen since I started working for Aging Partners shows that seniors do tend to do better if they can remain independent as long as they possibly can.
So the housework is something that is available to for light housework, or how far does that go?
Well, we have a few of our home helpers, is what we call that program, that are able to do some vacuuming, some dusting. A couple of them don't mind doing some laundry. It's kind of on a case-by-case basis. We have a limited number of home helpers and a number of limited home handymen and handy women, and not all of them have the same skill sets, so we try to match people up with the appropriate skill sets whenever possible.
So these handyman activities could be a variety of things around the home.
Oh, absolutely. We have handymen who are just comfortable doing lawn services and, they'll change light bulbs, things of that nature. And then we have other ones who have quite a bit of experience with plumbing and electrical. So,
what's the criteria in order for you to be able to provide these services?
Well, the seniors have to be 60 years of age or older. They have to own the home where the work is going to be done, and then they have to occupy that home. We don't do any type of work on rentals or things of that nature. Just the program was set up that way with guidelines. So,
but you also have a requirement that a permit is not required, correct?
Yes, any type of work that would require a permit to be pulled within the city, we can't do anything with. We're not a licensed contracting house. We're just providing a service for seniors.
Now, the yard work, you mentioned mowing. Can you sign up for the season, so to speak, to have your lawn mowed?
We don't do anything on a seasonal basis. We ask that people call in on an as-need basis. Of course, we hope that they call in more often, especially when we're getting rains. Nothing worse than showing up and you got 8 inches of grass to mow. The handyman get a little bit annoyed with that one. But we do have a seasonal program in the winter where we have a limited number of handymen and handy women who will do snow removal. And because we have a limited number of folks who will do it, we have a limited number of clients we can help. So we do sign that one up on a seasonal basis for snow removal.
What about cost? Is there a cost?
There is a cost. We're on a sliding fee scale, and then the contribution levels are set based on income. So,
but there's a contribution, or is it a fixed amount?
Well, it's a suggested contribution amount depending on income. We have folks who pay as little as $7 an hour for services, and we have folks who pay as much as $27 an hour for services.
And it depends on their income status?
Their income level, yes.
Now, you mentioned snow removal, and that's on a seasonal basis. So if you want snow removed from your driveway, you sign up beginning of the year? And
we actually start signing people up in August and September for the snow removal program.
And then the others are on a case-by-case basis.
Correct.
Now, another area that you're involved with, and you have your shirt on to show that today, is the transportation services. Let's talk about that. First of all, within the city, what services are provided there?
Well, we have, as you mentioned, we have two different transit programs. The city one is specific to seniors, taking them from their homes, wherever the case may be, whether it be a home, an apartment, an assisted living facility, and taking them to the various senior centers throughout the community. Lincoln is divided up into different sections, so someone who would go to the downtown senior center wouldn't be able to ride a bus to the Lake Street Center, or vice versa. But then we also return them home, and that gets people out of their homes to the centers for a meal and the activities and things of that nature.
But will you take them to the grocery store, for example?
We do have some special trips set up through various senior centers for grocery shopping, and then we have a number of special evening programs that we provide transportation to on occasion.
So if there's some activity at a senior center in the evening, they can
Yes.
use that as well. Now, what about outside the city limits?
Well, then we fall under the Lancaster County Public Rural Transit, and it is public transportation. It's probably one of our more misunderstood programs, and I don't know how it started, but people have the misconception that you have to be a senior to ride it. That's not correct. You can ride it you can ride it unassisted as long as you're 13 years of age or older. Children 12 and under can ride as long as they're with a parent or guardian. There is a set fee for it because it is public transportation. It's not a suggested contribution of $2 per stop. And the only prerequisite other than the age is one of the stops has to be outside the city limits of Lincoln. So we have a number of people who ride in from the smaller communities for various activities. Some do some shopping. A lot of folks do doctor's appointments. But we're starting to see more of a social aspect. People are using it to come in to play cards, to visit friends, to go to movies, to do lunches, things of that nature.
So it's $2 each way?
Yes, $2 per boarding. So if someone gets on in Waverly, it costs them $2. They go to have lunch with a friend. When we pick them up after their lunch with a friend, it's $2. If they stop at the grocery store on the way home and they get back on, it's another $2. So it's round trip with 3 stops for $6.
And that's regardless of where you are in the county?
That's correct.
Now, what about the cost for within the city limits? Is there a cost to that?
For the senior center
Right.
transportation, that's just a contribution. We suggest $2 round trip. There's different, what's the word I'm looking for? Drop boxes in the various senior centers that are specific to transportation, and if people want to make a contribution, they're more than welcome to do so.
Another area that you're involved with is medical equipment. Tell us about that. What's available? Is this a rental kind of a situation or a loan situation?
Well, it's a loan situation. The Durable Medical Equipment Program is one of our newer programs in my section. And what it was designed to do is you have a number of people who maybe around their home they have some walkers, they have a wheelchair, they have crutches, things that they've used in the past and no longer have any need for. So rather than throwing them away or giving them to Goodwill, they can donate them to the Durable Medical Equipment Program, and then what we do with them is we'll clean them up, do any minor repairs that might need to be done. If someone were to come in, say you knew that you were going to be having some surgery and you needed to borrow a bath chair for a few weeks, rather than buying one for $80 to $100 at a medical supply house, you could borrow one from us, use it for as long as you need, and then when you're done with it, just return.
So you invite contributions too then?
Oh, absolutely. Right now, one of our big programs we have going is the Be a Fan to Seniors. And we've been very fortunate this year. We've had over 100 fans donated from people in the community, various groups, individuals. And so far, we've given out 143 fans as of yesterday.
How do people make contact if they want to make a donation?
Well, the best way is to contact me directly. My phone number is 402-441-8815. Office hours, I'm there normally at 6:30 in the morning, done about 3:30 in the afternoon, but please feel free to leave a message if I don't happen to be in my office right at that time, and I'll get back to you within 24 hours.
The same procedure if you want to get some of these services?
Absolutely. Any of the services that my team provides, they can contact me directly, and then I'll get them to the appropriate team member to help them directly.
Mitch, you mentioned the handyman activities. Do you see a growth in these kind of activities?
Handyman is very much a growth activity. We're more seasonal. We will have our peak time in the spring and the fall with the yard cleanups, but we're steady all summer long. We've definitely seen an increase, though, in the last 3 years with that program and several of the others, too.
And the yard work, is that a large component of what you do?
Well, it's a large portion of it, but it's certainly not everything that we do. We have a number of handymen who are well versed with many things. As I mentioned earlier, we have some folks who are very comfortable with doing electrical and plumbing work, but I have some very good carpenters. I have some very good people when it comes to just working with small appliances, too.
So what about if people want to volunteer to do these kind of things?
Always looking for more handymen and handywomen. So.
And they call you at the same number?
They can call me at the same number for that, yes.
Very interesting, Mitch, and we hope people avail themselves of these services that are available. It's a real benefit for people in Lincoln and the surrounding area, I think, compared to maybe some other cities that these aren't available to them.
Well, we're kind of a best kept secret in town, so any chance I get to talk about it, I appreciate.
Thanks a lot, Mitch, for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Remember, it's never too late to live and learn.